What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Papa JT, and today I have on a special guest. I have Jason Harris, host of the Final Play on the Just Good Network. You can catch him on the TuneIn app. Is it Wednesdays and Fridays 2 to 4?
Wednesdays and Fridays. On Wednesdays from 3 to 4, Fridays from 2 to 3. Also, you catch us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We do a lot of different stuff. As Jordan sees, we publish a lot of different material on sports, and I'm glad to be a guest on the show today.
And we're glad to have you on. I'll have the links to all of the Just Good Networks, social medias, linked down in the comments and the description below. So let's get into what I'm here to do, beat you down.
Absolutely.
So who early Super Bowl predictions? Who do you have in the Super Bowl, and who do you have win it all?
A lot of teams doing a lot of great things, especially in the NFC. The NFC is stacked. You got Detroit. You have Aaron Rodgers coming back with Green Bay, and that's always a factor. Arguably the best quarterback in the league. You have Minnesota that has that top defense. They have offensive weapons out the yin-yang, led by Rudolph. And then you have Ethan, or excuse me, I believe I said his name right. You have a lot of different days, a lot of different weapons, and then you have Kirk Cousins. They're a contender. And then you have the defending champion Eagles with what Nick Foles did, and now Carson Wentz is back. How's that going to work in the offense? So there's a lot of talent in the NFC. The Saints really going to be a great season. But to answer your question, right now I'm probably going to say the Saints against the Steelers. I feel the Steelers are going to come out of the AFC because there's a lot of pressure on Mike Tomlin. Le'Veon Bell wants to prove that he's a big-time threat and he's more than just a running back, and he wants to get paid, so he's going to ball out. Ben Roethlisberger, there's a lot of pressure on him. They just drafted
Mason Rudolph, Joshua Dobbs.
Exactly. And now you have a guy in Big Ben who's motivated, who's hungry to get another ring. And then Antonio Brown, arguably the best receiver, at least top 2 receiver in this league. This guy's a baller. So the Steelers are, to me, the favorite in the AFC. I know we have Tom Brady and the Patriots always a stable, but there's a lot of pressure on the Steelers to win, especially when they play teams like Jacksonville, who has a monster defense. But the Steelers, to me, their offensive weapon, plus the pressure, Mike Tomlin is still put up the AFC. In the NFC, Drew Brees has been amazing. Outside of that one debacle play against Minnesota, which was on the defense, which is just boneheaded moves by young guys in the secondary, I felt like the Saints could have won the Super Bowl last year, at least after the Super Bowl. To me, instead of the Falcons playing the Eagles, we would have seen the Eagles actually in an NFC Championship game against the Saints, and I feel like the Saints would have won that game. So, and just a couple plays here and there, the Saints could have easily won the Super Bowl. So next year I have the Saints led by Drew Brees in that passing attack against the Steelers.
I agree with everything you said, and in the NFC, I agree with that too. It's pretty crowded, and when you think about it, it's a lot of teams that didn't make it to the playoffs that had the capability to make a Super Bowl run that weren't in the playoffs this past season, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Derek Carter and James Winston have a lot of pressure on them this season because they have the roster to make they don't even have to make a Super Bowl run. They just have the roster to make a playoff run. But I think they could be a dark horse Super Bowl contender. But with the New Orleans play, I feel New Orleans should have been in the Super Bowl this year. Marcus Williams, made a bonehead play, and people seem to forget that Marcus Williams was actually a pretty good player this year. Pro Football Focus had him rated, I think, as the 15th best safety in the NFL. So
he's a great player. It's just people make mistakes in pressure situations, and that will be solved. And just to touch a little bit on what you said about Tampa Bay, I don't feel like they're a Super Bowl contender, but I will say this: they have the pieces. We don't know. James Winston, I believe, was suspended for the first, is it 3 or 4 games?
It's 3.
First 3 games, am I correct?
3.
He's suspended for the first 3 games, which is huge. Their schedule was tough. So I don't look at them as Super Bowl contenders.
And then I agree with what you said about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Me being a Steelers fan, I know how much pressure is on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and especially a lot of pressure on Mike Tomlin because to a lot of people, they would be happy with just making it to the AFC Championship or just making it to the playoffs. But the Steelers' problem, me being a Steelers fan, our problem is we underplay to our opponents, and it shows so many times. When you look back at last season, our losses, only one of our losses came to teams. Only one loss came to a team that was in the playoffs, and that was the Jacksonville Jaguars. We lost to Chicago. I can't remember the other loss that we lost to, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a good team also. Oh, it was the Patriots. So we lost. So really, we should have been 14-2. And we underplayed to our opponent, and I feel the Jacksonville Jaguars divisional round game was a fluke because the play calling, because who calls an offside kick with 2 minutes and 19 seconds? You got the 2 minute warning to work with. So all you just gotta do is kick the ball down the field, use the 2 timeouts, and you got the 2 minute stoppage. So I feel if Mike Tomlin wasn't such a gambler like Mike Rivera is for the Carolina Panthers, we would have then had another Super Bowl. And then another thing is the locker room issues with us. Like Le'Veon Bell before the divisional round game was talking about his contract. Like, dude, you're going to get paid regardless. Why are you addressing your contract? And around last year, we had the same incident with Antonio Brown recorded the Facebook Live video of Mike Tomlin calling out the Patriots. And then again, the Patriots used that, and what happened? We got beat down. And the thing about Le'Veon Bell is, I have no problem with him getting paid, but if he gets paid, can he stay out of trouble? I don't trust him, and he's injury prone. This is probably his first season where he played actually every single game without getting injured. Because I love Le'Veon Bell. I do. But Le'Veon Bell has to prove to me this season that he can stay healthy. Not only can he stay healthy, but he can get off the weed. Because I don't want to end up giving this.
He did get busted for the weed, but I feel he already proved himself as the top guy, and he could also, technically speaking, he's a number 2 receiver if you look at it for any other team. Le'Veon Bell, at 26 years old, doesn't have much to prove. I've watched him. It's just beautiful the way he runs in between his tackles. You're right, he has some health issues, but he can stir that up. This is a guy that needs to get paid a ton of money because he can do a lot of damage in the passing game, catching the ball out of the backfield, even lining him up in the slot. He can do a lot of different things.
He does. He gives our offense a different dimension, but a lot of the run. But I think what's really underrated with him is the fact that nobody gives the offensive line credit. And we had 3 out of 5 Pro Bowlers on our offensive line go down to Orlando this year. And I think that gets overlooked. I also think we had 2 offensive linemen from our team in the NFL top 100 that were rated in the top 50, somewhere around that range. So I think our offensive line doesn't really get the love that it deserves. And with Le'Veon Bell's running style, he doesn't take this into consideration that you can't run like how he does behind any offensive line. It has to be a special group of offensive linemen that are very, very skilled in run blocking and their zone blocking schemes. And I feel if he leaves Pittsburgh, he won't really be successful unless he goes to a team like Oakland or Dallas, a team that has a good, stable offensive line. Because not anybody can run like that. But I feel what would be the defining factor of the Steelers will be when we play the Saints at, I think that's week 16 this season. I think that's going to be to see if we're really going to make it to the Super Bowl or not. Because the Saints are kind of similar to Tom Brady and his Patriots, the way they run their offense. It's a lot of check downs, a lot of short intermediate routes. And Drew Brees is just as good as Tom Brady. In my opinion, I think he's a little bit better just because he's so accurate. Tom Brady is too, but Drew Brees is probably the most accurate passer we ever had to play the game of football. And I think we play the Patriots again this season. We got to play the Jaguars at Jacksonville. I'm going to be there to see that game. But I think the Steelers, we will be in the Super Bowl. I can guarantee you that. I don't think we're going to end up facing the Patriots in the playoffs so much because the Denver Broncos finally have a quarterback, and everybody knows the Denver Broncos are the Patriots' kryptonite. They're probably the only team that can actually, other than the New York Giants, that actually know how to throw off the New England Patriots' whole game plan on offense. So we're pretty much in the same agreement. But the only difference is I have the Vikings going into the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Vikings, I think they have just a little bit more talent than what the Eagles have, and they have a much easier division. Really, the only team they have to worry about in the division are the Green Bay Packers. Detroit is Detroit, and Chicago is still rebuilding.
Okay. It was nice breaking down the Super Bowl stuff with you, man, and I would love to get in more on different conversations.
Yes, sir. It was good having you on.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you again, George, for inviting me.
No problem. Take care.